few slokas today. Dishtakestus Chekitana Kasirajascha Viryavan Purujit Kunti Bhojascha Saibhyascha Narapungava. There are also great historic, heroic, powerful fighters like Thrishtaketu, Chekitana, Kasiraja, Purujit, Kuntibhoja, and Saibhya. Sloka number 6. युधमानुश्च विक्रन्ता उत्तमौजश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयश्च सर्व एव महारथः. There are mighty, there are the mighty Yudha, Yudhamanyu, the very powerful Uttamuja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters. Sloka number 7. अस्मकं तु विशिष्टाये तन्निबोधाद्विजोत्तम नायका माम सैन्यस्य संज्ञर्तं ब्रवीमि te. But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. Let me read shloka number 8 also. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitim Jaya Ashwadhama Vikarnascha Saumadatis cha. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitim Jaya Ashwadhama Vikarnascha Saumadatis cha. There are personalities like you who is Dronacharya, because this is Duryodhana speaking to Dronacharya, just for your context. That means sloka number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and also 9. These are the shlokas which are actually been spoken by Duryodhana. Sloka number 8, translation purport. There are personalities like you refers to Dronacharya, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwadhama, Vikarna, and the son of Somadatta called Burishwara, who are always victorious in battle. Purport. Duryodhana mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarna is a brother of Duryodhana, Ashwadhama is the son of Dronacharya, and Saumadati or Bhurishwara is the son of King Bahlikash. Karna is a half-brother of Arjuna, as he was born of Kunti before her marriage with King Pandu. Kripacharya's twin sister married Dronacharya. ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकधामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता श्री गदाधरा शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणम्. हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna. The devotee, you can hear me okay? And someone?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna. So, these are the some slokas which we discussed, and these slokas they are they give an overview of how Duryodhana, if he actually sees very intelligent person, he's not like some cheap person who's there in the street who doesn't know anything. No, he's very intelligent. Actually, not sometimes, most of the time, person who is intelligent, they cause more they cause more impact to the society, either way or in a bad way. Who doesn't have that intelligent, he cannot impact anyone. But if a person is very intelligent, he can do two things or something else. We have seen in the scriptures and in the through our, through Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, different scriptures, Ramayana. All these scriptures they actually give various examples of this. Sugriva, Sugriva is another category. Sugriva is not that sophisticated, that deep enough. His intelligence is more aggressive. From everything, from mental is very strong. But his attitude is not right because why are we trying to bring up practice? Which is very relevant to our context just discussed. Wali, Wali, even though he kind of aggressive, consciousness is we took this example many days back. Riva Wali, the relationship was always good, but due to some miscommunication and Wali not in a position to hear from Sugriva, lead to enviousness between both of them. So dear devotees, what happens is when the when two people are together, there's always conflicts. You know how the relationships are maintaining? One side or both the sides, they are actually compromising. Please understand this. If there is no compromise within the relationship will not exist. This is very important actually. That means at least one person is actually tolerating or accepting, you know, kind of continuing, thinking that this is the best thing which is given to me. This is the mercy of the Lord. He's not he's not trying to force through that, but rather what is he doing? He's trying to accept or tolerate that situation. For example, the Jiva always thinks that he's superior, which is exactly what happened in the life of Vali. He thinks he's superior. Through that superiority mentality is not hearing from the other person. This is very, very, very instrumental. This is exactly what is happening. In sloka number 8, actually his attitude is he's he's little happy expressing this sloka. Even though we didn't see him personally, but we can understand by the mercy of the acharyas. He's very happy explaining the sloka number 8. Why? Because he is actually representing his people, his side. That I have these personalities who are very powerful. Bhavan Bhishmas. And he said, your good self. That means he's actually speaking to Dronacharya. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha. That means all these personalities are great. Actually, they're very, very powerful personalities. Each and every person, if you go through the details of that powerful personalities, Vikarna, Ashwadhama. Ashwadhama is not an ordinary person. Very powerful personality. Samudaitas. All these personalities are like very strong, very staunch person. But in front of the Lord, no, Nothing can, you know, nothing can win. But the way how he is expressing these personalities, he's actually feeling himself little joyful, thinking that there is a chance and a hope by seeing these personalities that we can win this battlefield. Because he knows Krishna doesn't fight. He has that understanding. Krishna doesn't fight. But here his way of expressing this is in a peaceful way, is in a joyful way, because he knows these are the personalities who can actually take him on the other side. That means these are the personalities that are his strength. Because this is the moment he actually began speaking about his side. That means whatever those are the personalities who are very strong for Bhishmadev. All these are very strong personalities. Actually, Bhishmadev can within a moment can devour all the Pandavas. He's very powerful personality. So he knows that there is very, he's very. So before we actually come to this particular shloka, in the previous shloka, which we just discussed, the personalities who are there on the Pandava side. That means he's seeing on the other side, and then he's actually telling who are the personalities who are very strong here. Then he's comparing to him. Now he's trying to match, and then now he's feeling that my side is better. Because that is the only case, dear devotees. That is the only case and only scenario where things will shape up. Because what is he trying to do? He's trying to assess. We discussed this yesterday, right? But if you actually say the core root of that assessment, that itself is wrong actually. For example, you're solving a problem. Or a first step itself in the problem, say mathematics, first step itself you entered it incorrectly. Then the entire problem you did it, you know how to do it, but yeah, the first step is a mistake. It means the entire thing will be a mistake. That means the root has to be correct. The root itself is wrong because every person has intelligence to devotees. That means you remember we began the discussion with right intelligence the bad way. That depends on how we are actually taking the truth. From where we are hearing, what we are doing, what we are aspiring. For example, I'll tell something from some example which I was thinking about today in the morning. Example, proper no gambling means do heavily invest on the stocks. Do not check them on a daily basis. If there is profits, do not sell them, and if there is loss, do not be dejected. So what is this? What is this culture? This is also a way, but this is not the right way which our acharyas told. That means whatever, if a person is actually absorbed in that, then his consciousness is completely actually that is not dharma. That is not dharmic way because you're getting money quickly. Anything which you are getting quickly, dear devotees, please understand that means that actually is going through that cycle. That cycle, adharmic plan, adharmic just like exactly what Duryodhana is doing. See, what is dharma has to be distributed. Now, Pandavas has their share, Kauravas has their share. But what is he doing? He wants to have that also. That means he wants that. He wants that easily. The thing we're expecting something which has to come easily. This is where the problem is. This is actually the root of the gambling. That means asatya. When we come to the plane of asatya, which is untruth, untruth is gambling. That means it doesn't mean that oh gambling means only this playing cards or this that. No, no, no. There's so many other details around it. Anything which you are doing on a shortcut, that is also gambling. Because it's on a mental plane. It is not in the correct state. It is asatya. Asatya satya korimani. What is happening in this material world? Asatya, the asatya, you're thinking that is satya. Now, I'll tell an example, interesting example, which comes in Mahabharata. This example is what is, now two personalities are there. One person sold his land, person A sold the land to person B. Please hear this attentively. Person B purchased the land from person A, okay? Next day, when person B, when he is actually tilting the land for doing agriculture, he found jewels. He found uh, metals which are very expensive. like gold or silver or platinum, something like that. He found those in that land. The B person, he found that. He knows that it belongs to A because he purchased from A. Now then he goes to Yudhishthira Maharaj and then he tells, the way how he expresses is very interesting. You know, dear king, up until yesterday, this land belongs to this person A. Now he sold me. Now today, I tilted the land and then I found this. Okay, after finding this, what happened is this actually belongs to him. That means if I take this, I am breaking adharma. How can I take this? The same thing to him. He's not ready to accept. Why is not ready to accept? The person A was being asked, why are you not accepting him? Because he himself is voluntarily giving you. Why are you not accepting? Then A is telling, up until yesterday, that land belongs to me. But today the land doesn't belong to me. I'm not the property of that land. That means whatever is there in that land, it belongs to that person only. If I take that, then it is adharma for me. How can I do that? Because what is this is not normal which we see in Kali Yuga. This is prior to the Kali Yuga in the Dwapara cycle. This is not now. This is in the prior Yuga. But here, actually, if you think about this, what is real adharma? Now, what is the solution for this? Now, the person B is not accepting it because he thinks that it is very costly. It belongs to him because it's his ancestors. It's that property belongs to that person. Person A doesn't want to accept that. Then Krishna said, wait, hold on. Hold on. Some time passes. That means Kali entered. Now let's hear this again. What are they speaking now? Has Kali entered? Person B is telling, this belongs to me because I purchased it. But this person is telling it belongs to him. Is this not adharma? Entirely opposite. Who incepted? Kali incepted. Now Krishna, after saying that, he started laughing. You see, before Kali entering, see the state of consciousness. Now after Kali entering, see the state of consciousness. Completely completely reversed. No, this is what exactly is happening now. Kali is expounding. He will expound more. People are running behind gold, silver, platinum, this, that, so many other metals. They're thinking that this will give me the satisfaction. This is the greatest thing for me. What is the other place where Kali resides? Gold. Now Kali is dancing. People are becoming mad. Recently, a bus was burnt off. You know what happened? People started running into that bus and then trying to collect the gold, which whatever they have on their body. Where is the nation heading? Where is the society heading? Where are we heading? Which direction we are heading? Where is dharma? Who is following principles? I always think about this. We hear daily about not to judge the other person. We easily use those words. We have no idea. We easily use those words. The moment you use the words easily, just like that, what happens? All the karmic reaction the person has done will come to us, who's actually using those words just like that. No vacho vegam, no control to the tongue. Exactly the Dhritarashtra did that. The first step itself is telling, oh, what did you do? Dronacharya, what did you do? You kind of put the other person down. You trained that person, now he is fighting against us. What kind of training is this? What is he doing? Is he judging his teacher? What is he doing? Judging his teacher. This is actually pinnacle. Pinnacle in what? Offense. Now, what is that yielding? It will yield nothing actually. Now, these are the signs and indications that people do not realize who Krishna is. Please understand. That's why Vali, even though Lord was there, he was unable to understand who that personality is. Because his consciousness is totally different. Cannot understand the signs. But on the other side, Haridas Thakur Maharaj, he was born in a family of Muslim, but still he became Navacharya. How? He just followed the instructions of Lord Chaitanya. That means Haridas Thakur can do that. Anyone who actually follows the instruction as it is, he will receive unlimited mercy. No doubt about it. Now, if you begin running behind so many other things of this world, please understand that will not give anything actually. There is no satisfaction to them. Why people do take shelter of so many other securities in this world other than the Lord? Krishna is the ultimate security for us. His followers, they are the ultimate security for us. But why we run behind so many other things? Because we never felt that security through them. How and why people do not, or the aspiring devotees do this through their words, through their vani? Why? Because the application is not coming. Exactly, Wali was not in a position to apply that. Brother was telling, what brother Sugriva was telling. If he would have remembered, if he would have heard from his mother, it would have been a different ballgame, dear devotees. But he's not in a position to hear. He doesn't agree. He doesn't want to accept. Not even a bit. He's not ready to hear with him only. Dear devotees, how many situations we have seen that the relationship with the person, because the person is not responding. If the person is not responding, that's okay. For you, that you can be nice to him, na. Be nice to him. You can offer a prayer to him, na. Okay, no doubt he's not responding. But if he's not responding, that doesn't mean that we'll be envious to that person. Here, Duryodhana is actually telling Dronacharya, "Oh, what are you doing?" Now, he's beginning to telling, he begins to tell, Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha. Oh, what is that? No, he's actually first. Now he's telling he is a great person. This is not the right way, na? This is not the right consciousness or right mentality also. That means situation, whatever is congenial to him, is ready to do that. That means if that is pleasing him, he'll just do that. That means if do that. That means anything which is 1 second here. So anything which he is doing is not actually helping him. First, it's in anxiety. Next, it's in anxiety. Now also, it's in anxiety. Because why? What is the root? For whom is he working? For himself. This is a core problem, dear devotees. He's working for himself. This is the reason why he is not feeling happiness in his heart. And this problem has to be corrected as early as possible. If this is not corrected, this entire life will be in that state only. Which is exactly happening in the life of Duryodhana. Exactly happening in the life of Vali. Because he doesn't want to hear, doesn't want to understand. Now, Vali was asking this question to Lord Ramachandra, why did it's an interesting question. Because Vali didn't know that Rama was killing from the Rama killed from the actually. Why did you kill me? Because you never followed Dharma. You kept your brother down. You never heard from him, never even took his opinion. You never even trying to figure out why this problem came. And on top of that, you sent him out, and then at every moment you're trying to kill him. Aren't all these reasons to kill you from the side? More. Then he realized that he made a mistake. But it's gone. Life is so, dear devotees. Anything is done for one's own self will not give benefit to anyone. This is exactly Duryodhana is actually teaching us through his life, through his. So now I'll tell another synopsis through the discussion which we between those two persons. What is it, dear? What is at one state, one person is trying to give it to the other. That is a real dharma actually, because both are actually in that state, both are in the right state. Kali entered, what happened? Both change in a reverse way. Both exactly. For example, if one person changed, then it was easy for to the other person. But both personality. Now, dear devotees, if Kali is impacting one person, then others through others association that one person will be. But Kali is not impacting just one person. Kali is impacting every person in this world. In this Kali, his name itself is named only Kali Yuga. Kaled dosha nidhe raja nastigya mahan. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vraja. That means what is this Kali? This Kali Yuga, what is it doing? This Kali Yuga is affecting, impacting everyone. Person is easy, is very easy. You can just speak like that. Because the also like that only. No, he will also accept that. But to come out of that state is a partner who's actually like you, which will be very difficult. You know, that is a whole why if a person, this is the story, right? This is there is a story, right? King, he calls the Brahmanas, I will give you a feast. And all the Brahmanas would come. They were actually eating. Uh, process. There's an eagle which is carrying the snake from the, and then from the mouth of the snake, one drop of poison came and then fell in the plate of a person eating. The person didn't realize at the point that they, and then he died. Now, you know what happened? Everybody started complaining. Some people were complaining on the cook. Some people were complaining on the king. Some people were complaining on the persons who are serving. Everyone began to complain. Now this is a tricky situation. Now this is a sin. This is an action which happened. Then Chitragupta and Yamaraj are trying to figure out where we need to allocate this papa, to whom we need to give. Then he would notice that directly, does this have to go to eagle? Eagle cannot do that because eagle just eating is food. It cannot be given to eagle, cannot be given to the snake because snake by nature spits out poison. The snake is not a problem. As a person who cooked, he knows that he has no idea that this is coming. The person who is serving, he knows that he has where this will go. Does this go to king? King also doesn't have no idea. He just called them where this would go. Then one day, few more Brahmanas shut to the village. And thinking that, oh, my, I'll go to the king. The king will feed. Then certain group of people started speaking. You know what are they speaking? Don't go to this king. He's a killer. He kills Brahmanas. He doesn't like Brahmanas. He's envious to us. Then this is where Yamaraj. That not just that person, whoever is ill about that person or the other person, that's where the sin should go. Am I telling this is? Let's say the person is not a devotee, somebody. If an unknown person, his sinful reaction will come to us, a little portion, whatever allocation is there. No, they will decide whatever how much allocation is there. If that person's actions or communication we have to take, what to speak of a person who is an exalted Vaishnava Acharya and then sinful activities are, that means offenses are done to that person. What's the fate of that person? Unimaginable. Krishna will not leave that person. Or the material is a serious sin, serious crime. That means all the So the entire Bhaktilata is put down. So exactly what Duryodhana is doing here. Never ever person down. We have no idea actually who the other person is. Should be very, very careful. And with pure devotees, we should be even more careful. Should be even more careful. So the pure person with he should be even more careful. Please understand this. We cannot we cannot just play around with the scripture. Which all they know all the shastras. Duryodhana doesn't know, he knows everything. He doesn't know who's Krishna, who's Krishna is supreme person, he knows everything. Yudhishthira, Hiranyakashipu, he doesn't know. Or Hiranyaksha, they don't know. They know everything. Karna, he doesn't know who Krishna is. He knows everything. Everyone, all these personalities, they all know. This, when we think about this, dear devotees, the question will come. Why the way show two sides? It Pandavas, it will show the side of Kauravas. But it will show the side of Prahlad Maharaj, it will also show the side of. Why there's always like this? So there is Vidura, there is Dronacharya. Why shown to us? Those contrasting elements are there in our heart. Please understand. Those contrasting elements are there in our heart. 1 second. So those contrasting elements are there within the heart. That is the nature of this Kali. Kali means both the sides of the coin will be there in our heart only. That's why the Acharyas said they're so merciful, they actually teach us through these signs. That's why we should be ever grateful to them. We can never we can never understand what service they are doing in our life. Unimaginable. Unimaginable they do this. That's why we are always indebted to them. Please understand both the sides of the coin that are there in our heart. The coin of Duryodhana, the coin of Arjuna. Both the sides. The Duryodhana's consciousness, Arjuna's consciousness, both sides are there. The problem is Arjuna's consciousness is more dormant. That means consciously Duryodhana's consciousness will come into our heart, and consciously we should avoid that, and then consciously the consciousness of Arjuna. Depends on our that it depends on our attitude, how we which way we want to select. Because the what is mind will always tell, judge that person, judge him, put him down, put this person down. The mind will not tell tolerate. Please understand. Have you ever seen mind telling you that please tolerate this, please tolerate this? No, it will never tell. Intelligence has to be sharpened, and that intelligence has to tell that please tolerate. And that intelligence be actually given to us by our acharyas. This is the mercy, dear devotees. Guru Kripa is this. The mercy of the acharyas is this. Because through their mercy, we will get this intelligence that yes, I should tolerate this. This is a thought-provoking situation. I shouldn't react, but rather I should tolerate this situation. Please understand. So that is what is very important, dear devotees, in our life. That understanding, if comes, if it not a progress. This is a training which we have to take, dear devotees. The problem is so many people come to the process. Nobody training. They don't want to hear. Want to hear on a daily basis. This truth. Don't want to understand. Don't want to understand this on a deeper plane. This surface level. Oh, okay. Duryodhana is coming here. Oh, is how they would say Duryodhana is coming here. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, he's telling about Pandavas. Now he's telling about Kauravas. And that's about it. They move forward. There's so much inside this. A lot of details. And these details we have to address. These details are in the heart, dear devotees. Please understand. If a problem is coming, that's good for us. We depend for so that we take shelter more. But on the side of Duryodhana is also getting problems. But how is he solving those problems? He's solving the problems through his intelligence rather than he's not solving the problem by depending his intelligence. This is the problem. If you see entire this material world is like this. Every soul wants it doesn't want to depend. This is the mentality of the Jiva. That's why Jiva is here. Problem. So this problem, Bhavan Bhishmasya Karnasya Kripasya Samitim Jaya Ashwadhama Vikarnasya Saumadeyatas Tatayavacha. Now he's actually explaining, oh, these are the penalties. Now these people are there from my side. Really sharing that. Of Duryodhana, if we understand this, dear devotees, we make immense progress. What is the first thing we try to learn today? Not to judge. Why? Because through the judgment mentality only, it's an obstruction in his heart. He's judging. First step, the moment he saw, he's judging him. That means the judgment is already there in the heart. The moment he saw, it came out. That's it. That means he's already contemplating the judgment mentality in the heart only. Because he's seeing everyone, and then he's remembering that person who is his teacher. Because of his teacher only, he's been trained like that. Oh, that means the problem is not with the student, it's with the teacher only. If he wouldn't have trained him, he wouldn't have been like that. Now he's a very powerful person. He's an obstruction for us to get our property. But means who's the cause for that? This happening in the conditions world. You know what happens? Conditions world. You know how he reacts. Anything which happens, he will tell it's because of you. Anything which happens at home, he'll tell it's because of you. He has to accept that. Also revolting. If he's also in the conditions, what he will do? He will immediately know it's not because of you. That means if a person is speaking, the other person cannot accept that. This is already in the condition state now. If two conditioned states are sitting together, coming together, what is that? Quarrel. He'll tell the ill about this person to the other. Material world is actually driven like this. That's why there is no good relation in this world. Together. Is this something else? That means if this mentality is not corrected, can we chant peacefully? Yeah, today morning I was thinking, Are chanting of Hare Krishna doesn't matter what state we are in. He has to be happy. That means if you are calling out his names nicely, he'll be happy. Who will be happy? Prabhupada will be happy. Who will be happy? Spiritual master will be happy. They'll be happy. They'll be happy, na? Situations aside, then we should simply glorify the name. And then through the glorification, we should remember the name. Get on that name. We should understand the name of those names. Because now holy name is everything. That is what? That is when the holy name is everything to a person who is completely surrendered. This is in a state of self-realized. He's already self-realized. For him, holy name is everything. Not to a person who just came, not knowing anything. If he has everything. No surrender, nothing, no submissiveness, no foundations. But he only heard this thing. Oh, is everything. That means he has everything, and then on top of that, Hare Krishna. Is that not commit sinful activities to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions? What is that? What is 10th? To cultivate that material desire. Material desires are doing what? Material desires are doing nothing actually. Doing nothing means the material doesn't not allow the jiva to actually go deep. Cannot understand the truth. Cannot perceive those words. Because it's an obstruction, na? Please understand. This obstruction has to be removed. That comes through relationship. We should intensely accept the words of Srila Prabhupada. That is what we discuss every day. What do we discuss every day? The words of spiritual master, the words of Srila Prabhupada, the words of the Lord. This what is Gita? The words of the Lord. It's Krishna. That Krishna's words, Krishna will speak. In few slokas, Krishna. You know what Krishna will do first? He will chastise Arjuna right there. Then it's, oh, what you doing? What you doing? Duryodhana, what is chastising Arjuna? Because he has a relationship with Arjuna. Dude, what is somebody chastising us? That's good for us. Why? If he is not a devotee, it will help us to become more tolerant. If he's a devotee, it is a blessing for us. Because through that we will advance more. So chastisement will not come just like that. But that also Krupa has to be there. It's very one time, few days back, devotee was sharing this. Very interesting. Trying to think about that more and more. So please understand. Oh, to practicing this Krishna consciousness, why the anarthas still come? Why we don't process more and more seriously? Why those things still are hard? What is the reason? Many answers for that. And we discussed few answers. Another answer which we want to discuss depends on our state of consciousness and our mentality. For example, if I'll give a practical example. For example, if I'm practicing Krishna consciousness and but when I see the other devotee, love, affection, those things should. I see the other person, envy is coming from the heart means we need to understand. Then and there itself, this is one of the prominent reasons why we do not go deeper into the science of Krishna consciousness. Why we don't enter that? Why we don't enter into that realm, into that layer, into that state of consciousness, which is so important for the jiva. Very important. Because what is the core reason? The envy, Prabhu was asking yesterday, right? Is that only one anartha? It depends. Not just one anartha, any anartha. Any anartha which is there, which is manifesting in the spiritual world, that will actually pull us down into this material world. If we take that association. If we take that association, what is happening? The jiva will be sent from that realm to this realm. Spiritual world is also a realm. That is another realm, another state of consciousness. This is another state. But in that state of consciousness is completely absorbed in the service of the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, for the devotee. Everyone is absorbed in that state. But quite completely opposite. This state is not the right state. Because the mentality is changed. When the mentality is changed, the happiness in the heart will go away. What is, if I come and give you sweet to eat, this is from so beautiful prasad, please honor. But your heart is not happy. You have a problem at home. Wife is not helping. Children are not hearing. There are problems. You might lose the job. Don't tell anyone. If I give sweet, do you eat, dear daughters? Same sweet, na? You can eat now. What's the problem? You, because I know what is a favorite. I give that favorite sweet to you. And why are we not eating? That means there's a problem in the consciousness. That means the happiness is not there in that sweet. No, it's a I'm not putting down of prasad. It's a very transcendental. Prasad is exalted for situation. If we accept it, we'll get happiness. But I'm trying to understand this, but I'm trying to explain the situation through that. This is there in the consciousness. If my consciousness is right that this is Mahaprasad, that this is Lord, but my consciousness is somewhere else, that means it's actually dwelling at different other places. That's why I'm unable to accept this. That means the mentality which is sitting somewhere else, that mentality which is sitting somewhere else is not allowing us to be absorbed in this state. Please understand this. No, that is also different state. This is also different state. Our acharyas are telling you should come to this state, which they are telling. Do not stay in that state, because that state will never give satisfaction to the heart. Not in the thing. The happiness is there in the consciousness. That is exactly, we are training the exact thing, because this consciousness is only will be there spiritual world. Please understand. No doubt you'll get spiritual body, but spiritual body is actually designed through the consciousness. Please understand. That's why we focus more on consciousness. We just don't focus on that. That's why, I don't ask about your activities. I ask about your consciousness. With what consciousness are you? For example, somebody told you to sing the kirtan. Oh, what is your consciousness in that? Do you think that everyone is watching me? If that is a consciousness, then Krishna will never watch us. Or are we completely absorbed in that? What is the consciousness? What is my mentality behind it? What am I showing here? If I'm sitting here thinking that, oh, I know everything, what is that? That is not helping the. If I know that I know everything, that nothing will come actually out from inside. And I understand that everything is coming through me. That means that is a stoppage. That's where the connection with the Guru connected. Because consciously I'm thinking everything is coming through. If Brahmaji started thinking that, oh, everything is coming through me. Actually, Brahmaji began praying to the Lord, oh, man, this false ego. Because I might think in a day that I created all of these things. Or what to dear devotees, what to Brahmaji is praying. This is epitome actually. Praying. Like that, no, no, they will never pray. Because they're doing it. Do you think Kamsa will pray like that? No, he'll never pray. Because he's convinced. Likewise, the conditions. Do you think the conditions will ever pray like that? No, he will never pray. Because he's convinced that he's doing it. The conviction and the convincing factor, understanding that he's doing this itself is an obstruction. This itself is an illusory state. Don't think that illusion is somewhere else. Illusion is there in the consciousness only. Don't think that you don't have to. Don't think that the Durga Devi is not watching. No, Durga Devi is already there. She's already there in the consciousness. That means at every moment they are there. It's beautiful. The science of Krishna consciousness is something special, cherishable, relishable. That means you have to be dependent. There's no other alternative. Because the jivas in the spiritual world, they're naturally dependent. So here, what are we doing? We're trying to, it's not in a forceful way, it's in a loving way. We feel that relationship, we will actually cultivate that as is, in a loving way, reciprocating that truth. This we need to understand. When we understand this, the process will become joyful. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Please think about this. The mentality of Duryodhana. Simulate. Entire discussion himself only. Please see that. We should be careful if a person is actually glorifying about himself. We should be careful. Careful in the sense, if through that glorification, if he's glorifying the spiritual master, that is okay. But if he is not glorifying the spiritual master, he's just glorifying himself. We should be very careful with that person. Try to avoid that association. He might be a big person. We don't want to deal with those big persons. You only have to deal with the devotees who have beautiful qualities in there. Very important. Because when we take association of that kind of personalities who are glorifying themselves, then one day we will also get those qualities. Because that thing is already there now in the heart. We want us to be nice every moment, every time we want us to be nice. That's the problem. That's why we are here. No, we are understanding. No, at least if we are understanding why we are here, then we'll actually try to come out of that. Then go back. Please ask this question: why we are here? Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to add anything? Otherwise, we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Asking the question of why we are here is very important. Here, what am I doing? What is the purpose? What should I do? How should I lead my life? Am I really happy? Am I really practicing the science of Krishna consciousness? Am I really taking shelter? Am I really chanting? Am I really hearing? In the presence of the Lord well, honoring the prasad. while doing the aarti or while participating in the aarti, while sitting and doing rounds, our mantras, our acharana, our following, all these do matter because these are the things which you'll remember at the time of death. If you do it, don't you remember, dear devotees? For example, the school days or the college days or the engineering days, when you really kept your heart in that, don't you remember those things? You remember those exams? How don't you remember if you really kept your heart? If you really kept your heart in something, you remember. If you really kept your heart in Krishna consciousness, don't you remember that? You do remember that. And those memories will haunt us. It's not haunting. Those memories will actually relish our heart when this body is no longer functioning. Those are the things we have to carry in our consciousness. That means all reciprocations, all the association we should cherish. Hare Krishna. Stop here. Anyone would like to add? Eh,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All those to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Please
So,
take.
yeah, thank you so very much, Prabhu. Uh, so beautifully explain one kind of share from the heart. Training on a very good training, which means a training which involves to guide the sadhaka to focus on the consciousness is where consciousness is not just checking the consciousness to see if the consciousness is in line with spiritual master, with the guru or not. So that is very very important, Prabhu. So thank you. Almost like 1 year and couple of months, they could clearly see the difference with this training compared to in the past, where yes, hearing out of own interest, as you were explaining Duryodhana, right? Out of his own interest, he's asking. So that self is already in the consciousness. And now we have to connect to the Guru Parampara by hearing. And that way the consciousness gets uplifted up. No?
Tell you something here which is very important. The moment I approach a person, my mentality is always to tell that person or to show my panditya to that person. That itself is a failure. In the consciousness of the person who wanted to share that. That itself is a failure. Because Krishna is not seeing that, dear devotees. Krishna is seeing our real self, our real identity. That is not our real identity. If somebody is asking us to speak, if somebody is asking us to share, that is great. But if we are trying to present that panditya, then that's also an obstruction. Dear, the example which I wanted to tell, for example, through that panditya, if I'm trying to correct the other person, if I'm trying to put the other person down, this is not the mentality of the controllership. That means the mentality of the controllership is also coming in the spiritual activities. Please understand. That means the action we are taking, the activities we are seeing through activities only, but we are not seeing through the consciousness of. You see, acharyas would never do that. Their heart is never like that. Their heart is always simple. When Srila Prabhupada was been asked this question, oh Swamiji, how you did this, you did that. Oh, are you? Oh, you are talking about this, that, so many other details. Oh, who are you? And Prabhupada said, I'm actually servant of everyone. This is the attitude. This is the state. It means even though he did so much, but still see his consciousness. He is. Where is he sitting? Is he reading? What's his mentality? To your point, or to your understanding, this is the logic actually. This is actually. Oh, he's not preparing. Oh, I should. Oh, this person. Oh, a reporter will come. I should speak like this. I should tell that I'm a servant of the servant. No, that's his heart nature. Naturally is coming. Naturally is folding his hands. Oh, I can't do this. I can't. Oh, you're speaking big, big things, but I can't. I can't. That means what is that? He's accepting. This acceptance, no, Rashesh. He said, by seeing that, and by seeing his relationship to me, when I met him in Vrindavan, I felt that he's my spiritual master. He did not he did not accept Srila Prabhupada through his panditya. He did not accept Srila Prabhupada that, oh, you know so much. He did not accept Srila Prabhupada for his jnana. He did not accept that. He said he quoted accepted him as my master because because of his genuine, because of he accepting me. People in this world, but how he accepted me. Because of that acceptance, he became a spiritual master. So this attitude is very important. I exactly see that in my Shiksha Guru also, same quality. No, how why he would accept everyone? Or whoever is coming to him, he will accept everyone. Why he is accepting? Because he's doing it for them. This is their love. This is their compassion. This is their genuinity. Genuinity in the process. Genuinely accepting the process. Do you see that quality in Duryodhana? No. That's why we have to learn both the sides. We should see the qualities of Duryodhana and then we should comment it because that quality is in our heart. To become center, that quality is there in our heart. We should try to avoid that to become center. The day before yesterday, I was there at the Rath Yatra. I was just standing in the back. Just the senior Vaishnava was there. I just showed him my face. I offered obeisances and then just standing in the back. Not expecting anything. Just standing in the back. Just if he sings, then let me just follow. Let me just sing behind him. That is attitude. Just want to see the devotees. All are singing with ecstasy. Let me so that I will also get some taste to chant Hare Krishna. That was the mood. I was just going. Then he said, "You come." He called me. He said, "You sing." He said, "You sing." I said, "You should never present before our things." No, here should share. Again, you'll take in this. I should be clear in every angle. So you should share your heart. It's not a problem. But what is this? We should not show our panditya. See, sharing our heart is one thing. Showing our panditya is different thing. We show our panditya through our aggressiveness. See, there are different states of consciousness. Aggressor consciousness, transcendental consciousness, and guna consciousness. Tamoguna consciousness means I'm nothing, I'm full number, I'm this, I'm that, I'm fit for nothing. That is Tamoguna consciousness. That is aggressor. Oh, I should be front, I should be front, I should be front. That is aggressor. What is genuine goodness consciousness? Even though I know I'll stand in the back. If there is a service, I'll come and do. If there is no service, I'll just sit there. That is the attitude. This is good attitude actually. So we don't want to disturb those personalities. They are exalted Vaishnavas. We don't want to go into their realm. They will give that mercy to us. That mercy is good enough for us. See, Manjaris in the spiritual world, they're not fighting or competing with the other person. Manjaris are not competing with Gopis are not competing with another gopi. Or one Manjari is not competing with another Manjari. If there is a service, they'll do. Otherwise, they'll just watch Krishna and they'll be happy. We should do. This is the consciousness of Gola. And we discussed about Duryas of a pure soul, which we need to imbibe to our. They give us just like that. So here, sincerely, we'll try to cultivate that. We'll try to imbibe those qualities. If we imbibe, because you'll always remember them, you'll always cherish them in your heart. When you do aradhana towards Vaishnava, do you do offenses? If somebody is doing offenses, you'll actually run from that place. You'll fight or you'll run. Both are fine. Both are okay. Better. Just to be on the safe side. We don't want to fight. We don't want to show. We don't want to fight. This is what we need to understand. Dear devotees, please understand one thing. Superiority complex, that's why we are here. That's why we are here. We want to be the controller. That's why we are here. All the Devi Devas, they are superior to the Jivas, but they're not superior to pure devotees. Please understand, they're not superior to Srila Prabhupada.